Fix on Dash Radio. Get the shit.
What up? What up? We're back. You're listening to The Fix on Dash Talk X. So we got another guest in the building. We just wrapped it up with Mr. Criminal. Make sure you go check out his music. Check out some of the movies he's in. Make sure you also check out some of the movies he's going to be in the summer also. But Codigo, go ahead and tell us who we got in the building right now.
Right now, we have with us Sean Gast. He is an artist, a musician. What's goody?
Shit, man.
He calls himself the what? The
Archbishop of R&B.
The what?
The Archbishop of R&B.
Archbishop.
Shout out to Don Juan.
I was about to say, the only Archbishop I know be pimping.
He out here pimping today. He got the colors on, the sweater going crazy.
I'm pimping these beats. I'm pimping
That's
these beats.
what's up. Hell yeah.
I mean, you know, you're doing R&B. You sound like you might be a real smooth cat. So how are you with the ladies?
You know, it's been 2018 was a crazy year with the ladies. You'd be surprised. I guess this R&B thing, the ladies like it. But it's been great, man. I dropped my album a month ago, Good Company. It's everywhere. The artwork was done by Risky Forever, who did Machiavelli for Tupac, all hand-drawn. And, you know, it's got a real love story to it. I feel like we have a void for that these days in music. And I like to give the ladies that music that they can listen to. It doesn't all need to be turn-up music or some ratchet stuff. Like, there's still classy ladies out there. Chivalry isn't dead.
Yeah.
So, you know, I make the music to cater to that.
No,
You feel like R&B is going back to actually being like classic R&B and not the rap singing.
I do. I mean, Jacquees, shout out Jacquees, he's doing his thing. I like the LMI stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be a process, you know, but people are growing. Like, there's phases. Just how there was that punk rock stuff.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of feel about today. Like, it's like punk rap. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's all the phases. But man, love music's been around forever. I was just listening to something that was really old the other day, and it's so relevant to my situation now. What I was going through with some girl, and that's crazy. Like, it just lets you know that like it's always gonna be prevalent because love is prevalent. Our relationships with other people. And it's always gonna be there. So
yeah, I feel like R&B is coming back as well, because I see it just coming from the woodworks, and that feeling needs to come back into music. So, what were some of your inspirations coming up in music for you to want to do R&B?
For sure, Michael Jackson. Watching his Motown DVD, doing the moonwalk. Stevie Wonder, Neo. Chris Brown, huge inspiration of mine. And weirdly enough, Wiz Khalifa too, just because he's one of the first artists to really show behind the scenes, the day-to-days from the ground up. Like, you can look back to when he was with his webcam, and I actually had the same thing, Sean Gast TV, and like, you'll be able to see the growth as I grow in my career and stuff. And like, that really inspired me, because like, it's a curtain like that a lot of people don't see, that it's really just it's a grind. Like, they're real people just like us, and like, I just trying to fill the position that I'm here to play, and provide the music for these people. And you know, Stevie Wonder, Neo, Chris Brown, those guys all play such a big part in the way I make music. People say I sound like Chris Brown sometimes, but you know, there's definitely my own flavor to it. And I think that you need to take a listen, man.
Okay.
How many hours out the week do you take dedicating yourself to your craft?
I mean, dedicating yourself to a craft like R&B, it's a whole different thing, because you have to be in shape. You need to look good, because if you're going to be singing love songs, you can't be looking crazy. Like, no one's going to...
Do you also have to always be going through a love roller coaster? Because I feel like you could definitely, you know, make a song, and it's not necessarily about how you feel like that exact moment. But do you feel as if you tend to, you know, have your little love experiences just so it can give you inspiration to make some songs?
That's a great question. I had this conversation with Goldie. Shout out to Goldie, an amazing writer. And I was telling her how I do like that. Like, sometimes I will have little relationships here and there. I like to call it good company. And just to get a little bit inspiration. But I don't try and do it. I don't go into it thinking, you know what, I'm just gonna use this little experience for a couple weeks and get inspiration, because I'd be half-hearted loving. The reason I am an R&B singer is because I am a hopeless romantic, you know what I'm saying? I would love to fall in love. I think we all would, because love is a hell of a drug. It's an experience that everyone's chasing. That's why the music is always gonna be around too. But I definitely have those, but I try not to because that's someone's real life, you know. I'm just here playing for 2 weeks trying to get a couple songs out in the studio, but that's that girl's real life. So I gotta care and cater to those feelings, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for sure, the women inspire me a lot. Like, I just had a little heartbreak. Shout out to the Laker girls. They be playing at the games and cheering.
Ooh, that sound juicy. What's that about?
Right?
Well, what's that?
You had a little Laker cheerleader.
We need to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, some dancers. I had a little tip with some dancers, a dancer, and it was cool, man. I'm young. I'm 22 years old. I'm growing as a man every day. So this album that you guys will hear, Good Company, that was really like the heartbreak of a young boy, like finding himself. I was a chick that I was dating, like when I was coming out of high school, and I told myself I'm gonna evoke all my emotions into the music, and that's what I really do. Cause there's only 2 things that make me feel better if I'm heartbroken, and it's making music and talking to God. And like that's crazy, but it's the only thing that make you feel better. Like you can go get some drinks, this and that, you'll feel worse in the morning. Like, but you know, it's something special. It's something bigger than me.
So you said you like Michael Jackson. He was one of the artists that inspired you. How do you feel about the current media take on Michael Jackson? It seems like they're trying to tear him down, his legacy. There's a couple platforms. I think they took his music down too.
And I think like in Canada or and somewhere else, I think somewhere overseas they took down his music.
Yeah. How you feel about that? Cause it's kind of crazy. Like
personally, it doesn't change my opinion about his music at all. And like the fact that he's not here to defend himself, I think that's real disrespectful. Yeah. And he'll always be amazing in my mind. Shout out to the Jackson family. Yeah. You know, it's all opinionated, and you know, I love his music. I love his artistry. He inspired me as an artist. I didn't know him personally. Yeah. So that's all I have to stand by, you know?
Yeah, and it kind of sucks. Like when he passed, it was like part of your childhood died too. You know what I'm saying? And all these charges he was acquitted of. And it's like, why are you tearing down somebody that can't even defend themselves, that inspired people like him that are talented, you know, that keeps R&B and music alive. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That went through multiple FBI investigations where they didn't find what
Charlemagne was just saying, like, it was just 2 individuals that came on a show to talk about their opinions and what they did. There was no lawyers on the show describing anything, like, and it's the artistry at the end of the day, like, HBO is trying to make some money, man.
So are you doing any like tours or anything, opening up for anybody right now?
Yeah, we just killed this show at the Viper Room on Grammy Week. I did Art Basel. We got a bunch of shows coming up though. We're setting up a tour, working on a lot of new music in the studio, trying to get this Good Company tour on the road. But yeah, man, definitely expect a lot of shows coming up. I got a showcase in a couple weeks out here in Hollywood. Okay. So we'll let you guys know about that.
Yeah, we're gonna pull up to that. Come check it out.
Yeah, I know I didn't get to make your last show, but I'll definitely pull up to your next one.
I love performing, man. Like I really take pride in my performances. It's really a good time.
So you're a performer as well. Yeah. So you be dancing and shit, breaking out the. And do you have a history of like background of dancing as well?
Well, I train with Styx, who actually he worked with Lady Gaga, Rihanna, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm an athlete. I was a national champion at hockey, and so it just kind of transfers over. I'm very athletic, and I do like to dance. Yeah.
Okay.
That's dope. That's hot. Now I love the resurgence of R&B. Like this new resurgence of R&B is crazy. But at the same time, I still feel like I haven't heard too many love ballads. So do you see yourself doing any type of love ballad type R&B to where it really brings that vibe?
I got some stuff like that on my album, Good Company. Like it don't matter to me. It's definitely more of a vibe like that. A love ballad. It's a sultry vibe because, like I said, some of the R&B music today is still very up tempo and like got the trap bass type feel to it. But this is more of a ballad. So yeah, man.
That's what's up, bro.
In the future, for sure, like really, like I'm just trying to push myself musically and try and be the best artist I could be. Like I can only control my actions and you know, but I definitely want to do some more ballads. I've been listening to a lot of old stuff. That Aaron Neville.
Yeah, Aaron Neville. Yeah.
What's the one?
Legend.
What's the one song? His big song. If you want something to play with.
Yeah, I know the song. I can't think of that name.
Tell it like it is.
Tell it like it is.
I was just bumping that, and I was like, man, I'm gonna do some shit like this. Like, this is super hard. Like,
And his voice is so unique.
yeah.
Can we get you to sing something on the spot? Like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, let's do that shit. Let me pause this. 'Cause I be having
Okay,
rappers coming on here trying to
I'm
freestyle.
excited. I'm excited.
Man, I be like, fuck, dude. Like, nigga, go get a regular job.
You feel me?
Little Caesars is hiring and
You
shit.
feel me?
Nah, this ain't that.
No, I could tell from when I just heard him
Yeah.
do that. I'm like, we gotta have him sing on the
Yeah,
spot.
he doing his research
Yeah.
though. He said Aaron Neville.
Yeah.
This
So-
is from the
So that's
Jackson
real.
family school too.
Sing,
This is from.
Mhm.
sing something from Michael Jackson. Or is that?
My life, hold up. My life never be the same. Girl, you came and changed. I don't even know the words to that. Hold up.
Dun, dun,
Give me
dun.
another one.
Hey, I want.
Or whatever you want.
Whatever
Whatever
you
you want.
want.
Sing whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah.
I just can't think of it. I can only think of my songs.
Sing it.
Sing
Sing it.
your
Fuck it.
song,
Fuck
yeah,
it.
fuck
Hell
it.
yeah.
Girl, I know just what you need, so won't you slide with? All I need's good company laying in my bed. Buena compañía, ven es melo suave. Móntate encima pa' ver a que sabe. Girl, I know just what you need, so won't you slide with? All I need's good company laying in my bed. Buena compañía, ven es melo suave. Móntate encima pa' ver a que sabe.
Man, he got
That
my
was
he got my
hot.
manager over there all googly eyed and shit. She over there like, oh.
I already know the ladies gonna go stupid.
Hey, you did
Right?
that
He
shit.
did. He did
I
say
did
he's.
that shit.
I didn't get it right. Say it again. The
Archbishop of R&B.
Hey,
Archbishop.
he pimping the shit
yeah.
out that mic.
That's-
For real.
that's
Told you
what I
she gonna
said.
take all of it.
Oh shit.
Feeling the energy while she on top and she ground on it. Te quiero comer, pa' mí es un placer. Tenerte desnuda en mi cama and voy a ser mi mujeres. You can stay more than the night. Won't you camp out for the weekend? The special don't come more than once. So when you get there, you should keep it. Hey, good company. Good company. Yeah, you know, it's Sean Gast,
Yeah.
Archbishop of R&B.
Oh, he
baby.
ready to
Okay,
gas.
you
he-
know,
he
you
ready
know,
to
Sean
gas.
Gas on the
He
mic,
dope. He
Sean
dope.
Gas on the mic, and then
Yeah.
I like the little Spanish.
Hell
You know,
yeah.
you dabble in a little bit of the Spanish.
I'm Cuban. My mom's straight from Havana, so.
Mm.
You like Spanish guys? You
dig
like
over there.
Spanish guys?
She like, I
I'm
don't know
single
what he
and ready
said,
to
but I
mingle.
like that shit.
Is that you trying to get at me right now? He said I'm single and ready to mingle.
shooting
Don't
jump.
play. Don't play with it.
Okay.
Codigo single
Don't
too.
play
Cody.
with it.
They over here swiping right. They swiping right now.
I'm weak. No, but really quick because I listen to even though I don't know what they're saying at all. I love like Anuel AA. I love Karol G and like Usuna, and they're making a huge effect right now on like the American Billboard charts. And I just want to know, what do you think about that? Because I think that's really dope, and I really love that it's like Hispanic music's really starting to get on this like mainstream platform where it's not just for a Hispanic crowd; it's for all people to listen to.
Well, you know, we're all Latin over here at AF Productions. Not that we're biased and just all Latin, just happen to be that way.
Hey, that's hard. That's
Angel
hard.
is Dominican. We got the distribution through Empire. I'm Cuban. Even my boy Milan, who I produce with, he's Colombian. So we know Latin flair is not too far from home. And it's always been fire. Like the numbers have always been crazy. America and the urban world just starting to catch on to it, and I love it. Like I think it's super dope. You know what I'm saying? Like get in where you fit, and like let's do it.
Definitely.
And, like the shows, it's just like everyone's over here fighting over 5 million views when these guys are pushing like 15 overnight. So it's like expand your mind, expand your reach, expand your vision. That's what we're doing over here at AF Productions. Like we're trying to go global with it, like 20 years to come.
And how is your crowd overseas, you think? How's your crowd with people in
On
other
Instagram,
countries?
when I look at it, I have a lot of people in Lagos, which is in Africa, the UK. It's weird places, you know. I haven't been to Europe yet. I really want to go over there. I love Europe. I've traveled there before, but not as an artist yet. But I think it'll transfer well. Like Europe loves R&B, and I mean, Europe and like Asia, they love just good shows, good performance, good music. So, and that's what we have. So.
What's been your favorite show so far?
I did this spring fling in Salt Lake City for like 3,000 at the Depot, and that shit was super dope. It was my first time like performing in front of like a bigger crowd like that.
Right.
I moonwalked on the stage.
Snap.
Going
Oh,
crazy.
snap.
I be moonwalking because I told you I love Mike Jack, man.
Right.
Yeah.
I got the shoes and everything. But that was super dope, and it was actually a Latin crowd. It was
Mhm.
my first time performing that Spanish song, and like just the way they responded, like they get into it so much. Like I've had other shows, and like if you're a performer, you might get confused and think that the crowd isn't digging the performance, but they're just so mystified. They're just looking.
Right.
But like the Latin crowd, like they be gigging, like crazy. They're trying to stick their hands in my underwear and all that. It was crazy. Like,
Have you ever had to check somebody because they were doing too much while you were performing?
nah,
That's good. Okay.
keep it mellow.
What
So
about,
I know
what about the
sometimes-
DMs? What's the craziest DM a female fan has sent you so far?
Man, I had like this stalker. She still texts me. I mean, she still DMs me like, I love you, like, I love you so much, like. And I was like, at first I texted back and he was a nice guy, like, but it's like creepy, like, you know.
Oh shit.
There's some creepy
Wait,
stuff.
you say it's a guy or a
It
girl?
was a girl.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you
It's a
man,
girl.
you
No,
know he
'cause-
said it was a girl.
No, I thought you said guy. My bad.
He's on
Look,
the plane.
I'm just trying to make sure. I'm pretty sure you have both, try to get at you, but I'm glad to know you go the right way.
but
I mean, okay, there's
wait,
nothing.
wait.
Okay, you know what?
She's
Let me.
shooting her shot.
No, but to keep it right there, y'all crazy. But to keep it right there, how do you, as you see yourself rising, how do you balance your communication with your fans? Because as you rise, I could see that. I could see like stalker situations and everything getting rougher. So how do you
It's,
balance?
like, as of lately, I've just started to make the transition because like, I don't know, my Instagram, the views are kind of picking up, like, and I try to respond to everyone and be nice, spread positivity, because I remember when I was DMing producers and I was DMing artists like myself, and when someone wouldn't respond, like, I'd be fucking pissed, man.
Heard, I
It's like,
feel
come
you.
on, dude.
Hurt.
It
Hurt.
takes nothing to look at it. Like, come on.
Or you get the ones that read the shit
Especially if
and
it's
don't
like,
respond.
especially if it's like, if you like, I have 63,000 followers, and if you don't have more than a couple million, you're seeing your DMs, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Respond, bro.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I still listen when someone sends me a little link. Most of the time it's trash, but I still listen.
Hey, they see honest shit.
That's
Yeah,
real, though.
hey,
I
hey,
feel
we're
it.
gonna have a moment
I
on this
feel
show
it.
today
So,
like
like,
that.
yeah.
So.
But as of lately, like, I just realized, like, you can't respond to everyone.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not actually saying that. They're just trying to get you to respond so they can say some craziness and get
Yeah.
you in a whole thing. It's like, so now I just kind of, I don't know. I post and I don't look at the Instagram.
Yeah. You see yourself doing any movies or anything in the future?
Yeah,
The
I
future?
was trained at Leslie Kahn acting
Okay.
school. It's a pretty prestigious school, and yeah, I definitely see myself.
Yeah,
doing
he
that.
got the look.
I did
Yeah, he
acting.
definitely got
I
the
did
movie.
like a play when I was younger. I was the Prince in Sleeping Beauty, and yeah, I love acting, man.
That's
For
what's
real.
up.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, hey, go ahead and tell us where we can find you at. It's been a great time with you here on our show. And tell us anything else you want us to know. Anything that's coming up, or yeah.
Good Company. The album is out now. AF Productions, distributed through Empire. You can find that on all streaming platforms. I am Sean Gast. Just search SEANGAST. You're gonna find me.
Mhm.
And the last thing I need to know is your phone number, Codiga.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Codigo Red.
Okay, we can talk about that after.
All right, Codigo, don't be bullshitting. We want them tickets when he blow up.
Hey, shout out Ghazi, Empire Boys in the building.
AF Productions, baby.
All right, well, you all heard it. Thank you all so much for tuning in with us for our second hour.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Listen to The Fix on Dash Talk X.